Aja, yesterday we saw that money plan thing, and today our teacher said something about the procedure of estimates. I didn't get it at all. What is that?
Oh no, not more money confusion. My brain is already full.
Arey, Rohan, sit down here, relax. It's actually very interesting. Every year, our government has to make huge decisions about spending money. And that whole process, that is exactly what we are looking at this evening.
But wait, did you know our parliament, the leaders we elect, they actually cannot vote on all the government spending?
Wait, what? They can't?
But I thought parliament decides everything.
Not quite, Mira.
There is a secret category of money that our representatives just cannot touch. Let's break it down.
First, Ananya, you asked about estimates. That sounds like a big math word, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, simply put, estimates just means the government's overall money plan for the year. That's it, just a money plan.
Now, inside this money plan, there are two types of expenses. First, we have fixed expenses. The law calls these charged. And then we have planned expenses, which are voted.
So, wait, we talk about both, but only vote on one?
Exactly. We can discuss both in Parliament, but they can only vote on the planned ones.
So what about the fixed ones? Well, fixed expenses must be paid. No voting allowed.
Wait, so they just talk? They can't change it at all?
Right. They can debate it, complain about it, but they cannot bargain down the price. It's a mandatory bill.
Think of it like your school's rules. Your school has to pay its electricity bill, right? Oh, yeah, or the lights go out in the middle of math class. Exactly. You students can complain about the bill being too high, but you can't vote to just cancel it. The lights must stay on. That is a fixed expense.
Now, for the other type of spending, the Constitution uses another heavy word, demands for grants.
Demands for what?
Grants. But don't worry about the heavy words. It just means money approval. It's simply the government asking Parliament for permission to spend money on new things.
Let's say Rohan asks me for 500 rupees pocket money.
Oh, I like this example. Yes, please.
Wait. As the parent, or like the Lok Sabha here, I can say yes, or I can say no, or I can reduce it and say, here is 300 rupees instead.
Oh, so they can actually bargain on this one? Yes, like deciding a household budget. That is exactly what a demand for a grant is. And when Parliament finally says yes and gives the thumbs up to hand over the cash, it is called assent.
Assent? What's that?
It just means formally saying yes. It's the final stamp of approval to unlock the treasury.
But there is a strict order. You can't just randomly ask for cash. First, you need the president's recommendation. Only after that can you make the actual demand for money.
So there is a proper order? Like needing mom's permission before asking you for a toy.
You got it perfectly. No random asking. You need the president's nod before you can even ask the Lok Sabha for the money approval.
Now, what's really interesting is how this all started. If we travel back in time to the Constituent Assembly in 1949, let me tell you, there was a huge, fiery debate over these fixed money rules. People were really angry.
Angry? Why?
Well, because it reminded them of the British.
A very smart man named K.T. Shaw argued fiercely. He said, for that regime, there were many items of expenditure which it did not care, would not dare to bring before the representatives of the Indian people. Wait, I didn't get that. What does he mean by dare? He meant he was furious. He felt that hiding some expenses from a vote was a terrible leftover trick from the British colonial rulers.
Aja, another leader, Shiban Lal Saxena, agreed completely. He said it was unprecedented, meaning unheard of in any democracy. He felt a free parliament should vote on every single item.
He has a point, Aja. Why hide it from the voters?
Very good question, Meera. You see, the British originally made this fixed expense rule back in 1935.
But why? What were they trying to do?
To protect their own empire. They didn't want Indian politicians to stop paying the salaries of British officials, so they used the rule to block us from controlling the money.
So the British goal was to protect imperial control. But guess what? Our framers kept the rule anyway.
Wait, why keep a bad British rule?
Because they brilliantly flipped it. They changed the goal. Instead of protecting an empire, they used it to protect our own democratic institutions.
Here is the secret. Think about who these fixed, non-votable expenses actually pay for today.
Wait, so it pays the salaries of the president and the judges?
Exactly. We do not vote on their paychecks.
And this brilliantly protects something called the separation of powers.
Oh, because if politicians could vote on the judges' salaries, they could bully them?
Exactly, Mira. Shielding their salaries ensures fairness. It stops politicians from taking revenge on a judge by cutting their pay. So the rule actually protects our democracy.
Okay, let's see if we understood. Let's do a quick wrap-up.
I know. Estimates means the money plan. And some expenses are fixed, like the school electricity bill. No voting?
But some are voted and can be adjusted, like pocket money.
Spot on. And you always need the president's permission to ask for the money.
So, let me ask you all one final question. Why do you think careful rules are needed before spending the public's money?
To avoid misuse.
So decisions are fair to everyone? Yes, because government money belongs to everyone. Money decisions must be careful, because it's the nation's money, our money. And that is why Article 113 of our Constitution is so important. It makes sure the lights stay on, but also makes sure your voice is heard. So, next time you hear about a big government project, ask yourself, is that a fixed expense, or did we actually vote on it?